Buckle up because this isn't your average celebrity feud. This one's got money, microphones, and the feds all tangled up in a scandal so wild it makes the Diddy drama look like a PTA meeting. Yeah, I'm talking about 50 Cent vs. DJ Envy, a beef so petty, so personal, and so federal that it's turning Instagram into a full-blown courtroom. It started with jokes, then turned into shade, and now it's a full-blown investigation. Word on the digital streets is that 50 Cent just exposed DJ Envy for having some very suspicious ties, not with rappers, not with hustlers, but with the feds. You heard me right. Leaked footage, recorded calls, and business deals gone wrong are turning this story into the wildest plot twist since Power. Season 3. 50 is out here calling Envy a snitch in a suit. Fans are pulling receipts faster than TMZ interns on Red Bull. And Envy's radio crew at the Breakfast Club can't even laugh without legal counsel. The internet's in flames. The memes are lethal. And if what 50 just revealed on camera is true, this could be the end of DJ Envy's entire empire. Because in this game, loyalty doesn't matter, leverage does. And 50 is holding all the receipts. It all started like the beginning of every classic 50 Cent feud, quiet, petty, and a little too calm. You know that eerie silence before a thunderstorm? That was 50 scrolling through Instagram, sipping on some Branson cognac, probably smirking as he plotted his next cultural earthquake. Because whenever 50 gets bored, somebody's reputation gets repossessed. This time, the unlucky target was none other than DJ Envy, the voice of the Breakfast Club, the self-proclaimed family man, and the guy who's been smiling through chaos for decades. But behind that polished radio host grin, 50 claims something sinister was brewing, and he wasn't about to let it slide. The story cracked open when the now infamous real estate scam involving Envy's business partner, Cesar Pina, resurfaced. The feds had already been sniffing around for months, looking into millions of dollars that just vanished from investors' pockets. People who thought they were buying property ended up buying heartbreak. And while Cesar was ducking lawsuits, Envy was out here saying, "I didn't know anything." But 50, he wasn't buying that for a second. He posted a video that flipped the internet upside down, a clip of Envy at one of those real estate seminars, hyping up Cesar like he was the next Warren Buffett. "Invest with us," Envy said confidently, smiling for the camera. "We're changing lives." That one clip spread faster than a Kardashian rumor. Blogs exploded. Captions screamed 50 Cent exposes DJ Envy's Fed connections, and the internet instantly turned into a conspiracy think tank. Memes of Envy wearing FBI jackets popped up everywhere. One tweet read, "DJ Envy was never spinning records, he was spinning informant tapes." Another joked, 50 don't beef with humans, he beefs with entire legal systems. But 50 wasn't just trolling, he was strategic. The caption under his video read, "When you see someone smiling too hard while their partner's facing time, you already know who made the call." That single sentence sent social media into meltdown mode. Everyone was now asking the question that had been bubbling under the surface: was DJ Envy working with the feds? For context, this wasn't just gossip. The real estate fraud scandal had actual victims, actual FBI involvement, and millions in missing money. People were already calling it the biggest hustle in hip-hop history. So when 50 dropped that feds bomb, it didn't sound crazy, it sounded plausible. The irony? Envy had just spent years clowning other people for scandals on the Breakfast Club. He roasted Tyrese, he grilled August Alsina, and he even joked about Tekashi 669 and his snitch saga. Now the internet was turning that energy back on him, with 50 Cent leading the charge like a general of chaos. The tension went nuclear when 50 dropped another clip, this time a behind-the-scenes style video from one of his interviews, saying, "Yo, I told y'all this man talked too confident for somebody under investigation. He walking around like he wearing a wire to brunch." The fans went wild. TikTok edits of Envy shaking hands with police officers started going viral with captions like "FBI Envy." One user even created a fake skit titled "The Breakfast Clubhouse with the Feds," featuring AI voices of Charlemagne saying, "You got your badge on, my brother." And if you thought Envy was going to stay quiet, think again. He tried clapping back, posting an emotional video on Instagram Live, denying everything. Stop spreading lies. I'm not involved in no scam. I don't work for no feds. I've never snitched in my life. The problem? His tone sounded shaky, like the kind of I'm innocent speech you give after your lawyer tells you not to talk. 50 immediately screenshotted the live and captioned it. Why you explaining so much? That's how I know it's true. Classic 50. The memes wrote themselves. DJ Envy cooperating harder than a Bluetooth speaker. He went from spinning records to spinning testimony. Breakfast Club? More like brunch with the Bureau. But underneath the jokes, something real was happening. Court documents started circulating, showing that Envy had indeed been listed in multiple civil suits surrounding Cesar Pina's alleged fraud. The feds hadn't named him as a criminal defendant, but his name was popping up a lot. And in the world of 50 Cent, your name in the paperwork is all the ammo he needs. Then, the next bombshell hit. A supposed leaked recording surfaced online, allegedly featuring Envy's voice discussing keeping things quiet with someone who got connections. Nobody could verify it, but that didn't matter. The internet doesn't need facts, just vibes. Within an hour, it had millions of views, and hashtag #EnvyLeaks was trending. 50 wasted no time. He reposted it with the caption, "Told y'all he talking to the wrong people. He moving like Tekashi with better haircuts." That line alone broke the internet in half. Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok all exploded with content creators dissecting every syllable. Some people swore it wasn't Envy's voice, while others slowed it down, analyzed the tone, and compared it to old radio interviews. The debate became digital theater. Meanwhile, Charlamagne and Angela Yee, Envy's longtime co-hosts, tried to stay neutral. But fans weren't having it. They flooded the Breakfast Club comment sections with "Ask him about the feds" messages. Every episode clip had someone saying, "You can't spell FBI without DJ Envy." The pressure became unbearable. Envy started skipping segments. Guest hosts filled in. 50 Cent was now the unofficial host of destroyed DJ Envy's reputation weekly. Then came the twist. Rumors started swirling that 50 had actual footage from a source tied to the investigation. A camera leak, allegedly showing Envy in a meeting with federal consultants. It turned out to be a clip from a charity event, but again, facts don't trend. Drama does. 50 posted it with the caption, "You can call it a charity event. I call it a debriefing." Boom. Explosion. Again. By now, the internet wasn't just laughing, it was invested. Every move Envy made was under scrutiny. Fans noticed he deleted old posts with Cesar Pina. His Instagram bio changed overnight, no mention of real estate. And people said, "Oh, that's guilt energy right there." Then, the Breakfast Club had a guest, Rick Ross, the man who's been beefing with 50 for over a decade. Naturally, fans thought Ross would take Envy's side. But no. Instead, he laughed mid-interview and said, "I stay out of federal business. I mind my money." Even that felt like a jab. Charlamagne quickly changed the topic, but the damage was done. The clip went viral. Fans wrote, "Even Rose don't want to touch Envy's paperwork." The comments were brutal. Meanwhile, 50 wasn't slowing down. He started promoting his upcoming docuseries, you guessed it, The Real Estate RICO: Lies, Leases, and Loyalty. He teased it by saying, "You know I don't talk without visuals." Translation? He's about to drop a full-blown TV production clowning Envy and Cesar's motivational fraud. At this point, DJ Envy was drowning in backlash. Sponsors started quietly backing away. The real estate brand partnerships vanished. Even the Breakfast Club's advertisers were reportedly reassessing alignment. The man who once interviewed presidents was now being dissected like a TikTok villain arc. And the worst part, the memes kept getting more brutal. One showed 50 in a suit, with the caption "Agent Jackson specializing in career arrests." Another showed Envy's famous smile photoshopped onto an FBI badge with the text, "Federal Breakfast Bureau." But let's not pretend this is just trolling. Behind the humor, real consequences were taking shape. Federal authorities actually did confirm that Cesar Pina's case had expanded and Envy's financial links were being reviewed. It wasn't an indictment, but it was serious enough for lawyers to start circling. That's when 50 dropped his final hammer. A video compilation titled Envy's Real Estate Lies Part 1, complete with dramatic background music and receipts from old posts. He didn't even say a word, just flashed clips of Envy saying, "I help people build wealth," next to lawsuits calling it investment fraud. Fans lost their minds. YouTubers broke it down like crime documentaries. "This is 50's best troll since Ja Rule," one said. Another added, "He's not beefing, he's producing." Envy tried once again to defend himself, this time claiming, "I'm just the face. I was trying to inspire the culture," to which 50 instantly replied, "Inspire the culture. You inspired subpoenas." By now, the scandal wasn't even about real estate anymore. It was about ego, power, and public humiliation. 50 was exposing the blueprint of what happens when you try to play polished around a man who built his career off chaos. Fans compared it to Power, saying 50 was the ghost, and Envy was Dre, the smiling guy who thought he could outsmart the system, only to get exposed in the finale. Others said it was like watching Tekashi's documentary in real time but with better lighting. Even celebrities started chiming in. Joe Budden called it the funniest scandal of the year. Fat Joe said, 50 just doing what 50 do, entertain. But Charlemagne, he went silent. Completely silent. You could feel the tension through the radio waves. At one point, Envy broke down during an off-air interview, reportedly saying he felt betrayed by the industry. The clip leaked, of course, and 50 reposted it with a caption, "Betrayed? Nah, just recorded. Savage. Ruthless." Classic.it was more than a feud. It was a public execution disguised as entertainment. 50 turned an ongoing federal mess into content gold. Envy became a walking meme, and the Breakfast Club started feeling more like the interrogation room. Fans began speculating whether Envy could ever bounce back. Some said, he'll rebrand. Others said, nah, 50 turned him into a case study. One thing was certain, 50 didn't just roast him. He dismantled him, piece by piece, post by post, meme by meme. The moment 50 dropped that final line, they say he got TIs to the feds. Well, that explains how he tied up all them investors. It was over. The internet crowned 50 the undisputed king of chaos again. Envy was left trying to rebuild his name while 50 sold out liquor bottles and teased a docuseries based on the very scandal he started. And if you think this is over, you clearly don't know 50 Cent. Because every time you think the man's done swinging, he loads another clip, and right now, he's got Envy's entire reputation in his crosshairs, because when 50 Cent goes off, he doesn't just end careers, he syndicates the reruns. The internet was still on fire days later. Every platform became a battlefield of think pieces, memes, and chaos. DJ Envy's silence spoke louder than any denial, and 50 Cent was treating the whole situation like a world tour of humiliation. Every new post from him felt like an episode drop. He wasn't arguing, he was narrating a downfall in real time. It wasn't just 50 and Envy anymore. The scandal had reached beyond hip-hop blogs into mainstream media. News outlets were replaying clips of Envy's emotional denials, while analysts were dissecting 50's trolling like it was a stock market trend. The phrase federal TIs was now permanently glued to DJ Envy's name, and then came the legal whispers. Word began spreading that investigators were reviewing Envy's role in the real estate operation. Not charging, not accusing, just reviewing. But that was all the internet needed. Reviewing turned into raiding, raiding turned into arrest, and arrest turned into convicted, all within the same 24 hours of digital hysteria, while Envy tried to lay low. 50 was building an empire off the back of his downfall. He started teasing a new documentary series, hinting that it would expose the dark side of influencer hustles. Fans already knew who the pilot episode was about. Social media labeled it the Envy Files, and people were already joking about who would play him in the reenactment. What made the situation even worse was how quickly people turned on Envy. His own fanbase started questioning everything: the cars, the giveaways, The motivational talks. Every clip from The Breakfast Club got flooded with clown emojis and comments like Federal Frequency, Agent Envy reporting live, and Good Morning America, or should I say Good Morning Bureau. Even brands started stepping back. Partnerships with real estate companies vanished overnight. Public appearances were quietly cancelled. The Breakfast Club producers started cutting segments shorter whenever Envy's name came up. He wasn't just losing money, he was losing credibility. Meanwhile, 50 was glowing. He started using phrases like "I don't beef with people," "I teach them lessons," and "I'm just cleaning the culture." He'd won the court of public opinion without stepping foot in a courtroom. Every joke landed. Every post went viral. Every headline made him look like a prophet with a grudge. The crazy part, even people who didn't like 50 were agreeing with him. It wasn't about liking him anymore, it was about respecting his pettiness. He'd taken a small rumor and turned it into the story of the year. Fans compared it to his old beefs, saying, "He ended Ja Rule's music, and now he's ending Envy's reputation." And yet, deep down, there was an eerie silence creeping in. For all the memes, this was still a real person being investigated, with families, business partners, and colleagues caught in the fallout. Envy's team reportedly begged him to step away from social media and let it blow over. But the internet doesn't let anything blow over. It keeps replaying the same fire until someone else burns hotter. When reporters finally caught up to Envy, he simply said, "I'm focused on my family." But even that statement got twisted. 50 reposted it with the caption, "You mean your FBI family?" It was endless. The scandal had officially evolved into legend status, one of those rare internet moments that becomes a permanent meme in hip-hop history. Envy became the new cautionary tale, and 50 proved once again that when he decides to destroy someone, it's not just personal, it's cultural theater. By the time the dust started settling, everyone had the same realization. DJ Envy might bounce back one day, but his brand would never be spotless again. Once the public associate your name with the word Fed, there's no PR campaign big enough to wash it clean. 50, on the other hand, walked away untouched. His laughter echoed across platforms. He didn't just win, he created another iconic villain arc. The man had once again turned chaos into marketing gold, and somewhere, behind all the noise, Envy had to face the truth. In the world of 50 Cent, it's not about who's right, it's about who controls the narrative. Because when 50 picks up a camera, someone else always ends up in the documentary. So there you have it, another episode of pure hip-hop mayhem where the truth is messy, the egos are massive, and the consequences are painfully real. DJ Envy wanted to play businessman, but 50 Cent turned him into a full-blown federal case study. Think about it, one man with a phone and a Wi-Fi connection just wiped out another man's brand built over 2 decades. 50 didn't need bars, he didn't need diss tracks, he weaponized the timeline, and the internet did the rest. That's not beef, that's digital warfare. And now everyone's wondering, is this the end for DJ Envy? Or will he pull a miraculous comeback like a reality TV redemption arc? Will 50 chill after this? Or will he drop another clip and bury him deeper? Because if history has taught us anything, when 50 gets started, the saga doesn't end, it multiplies. So hit that like button like it owes you money. Drop your comment down below, whose side are you on? 50's ruthless truth or Envy's desperate defense? And make sure to subscribe and turn those notifications on. Because in this world, scandals don't die, they reload. New receipts, new leaks, new meltdowns, and when they hit, you'll hear it here first. Stay tuned, stay bold, and remember, in hip-hop, loyalty fades fast, but screenshots last forever.